Inside the mind of a serial killer. Serial killers as a phenomenon have been a part of American history for generations. From notorious killers such as Ted Bundy and Jeffrey Dahmer to Hollywood actors playing the part of a serial killer in movies and TV shows, the interest in serial killers and what makes them tick is rapidly growing. The Showtime TV show Dexter depicts the life of a man named Dexter, a Miami Metro blood spatter analyst by day and a vigilante serial killer by night, killing only bad people that deserve it. There are many theories as to why people go on to become murderers, such as various psychological disorders. Three specific disorders seen more often are schizoid schizophrenia, post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD, and antisocial personality disorder. Dexter displays each of these disorders in the duration of the show. Each disorder, though very different, share the same attributes in contributing to the deadly actions of a serial killer. Schizoid schizophrenia, as defined by Mayo Clinic, is a personality disorder in which a person may lack the desire or skill to form close personal relationships. In other words, they're big loners. The overall personality of a schizoid schizophrenic may be described as dull and emotionless. In the show Dexter, the serial killer Dexter displays many symptoms of having schizoid schizophrenia, including having a lack of desire for close relationships with both friends and sexual partners. When faced with the obstacle of interacting, Dexter is often perplexed and often has stilted speech and awkward social skills. Serial killers more or less have a tendency to remain secluded from other people, lacking interactive skills, and do not express a need for human interaction. Very little is known as to what causes schizoid personality disorder, although a combination of genetic and childhood environmental factors could be a contributing factor. Many people with schizoid personality disorder are in fact unaware and unable to come to terms that they actually have it. Should they actually go and get diagnosed, possible treatments include antipsychotics and psychotherapy and group therapy. Post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD, is an anxiety disorder that occurs in people after experiencing a life-changing or otherwise dangerous event. According to the National Institute of Mental Health, PTSD can be detected when at least once a month an individual experiences flashbacks, reliving the trauma over and over, bad dreams, or frightening thoughts. Although PTSD is more commonly diagnosed when addressing war veterans' anxiety, PTSD can be found in serial killers as well, that want to seek revenge or even avenge someone after living through their traumatic experience. In Dexter, it's discovered that Dexter was left to be found by the cops in a storage unit in a pool of his mother's blood after he had watched his mother be murdered. It's from that experience that finally caused Dexter's problematic worldview and violent motives. PTSD is most commonly treated by psychotherapy. Otherwise, antidepressants such as Zoloft and Paxil are prescribed. Antisocial personality disorder is most commonly associated with serial killers. Antisocial people are able to act witty and charming with the gift of flattery, but show no guilt or remorse for any bad thing that they may do. Dexter puts on a mask every day of being a normal, quite charming guy, but by day, he becomes a murderer of men, disregarding the feelings of those in relation with the future deceased. Being one of the more difficult personality disorders to treat, antisocial personality disorder can be treated with psychotherapy and behavioral treatments, such as those that reward appropriate behavior and have negative consequences for bad behavior. The mind of a serial killer, although a terrifying one, can prove to be very interesting. Hollywood definitely keeps millions of viewers interested as they glamorize the dark world of serial killers. It's very important to know of the certain symptoms that lead up to someone eventually going crazy and becoming a serial killer. When caught in the earlier stages, certain disorders can be controlled and maybe perhaps altogether put away.